Should we get a bit of LFO going into the filter?
Hi guys, I'm Maddie and I want to know, what the is this? This is a modular synthesizer, a little baby one. And I'm going to talk to Fitzy, who is the king of the modular synthesizer in my band. We're going to talk about what this is, what it does, why you should care. So we've used Modular Synth on a few of my tracks and we have it set up on the stage live. It's one of those things though that despite knowing about music and knowing about production, this has always terrified me slightly. When we get it going and it's all got wires coming out of it, it just looks a little bit crazy and a little bit threatening. So we're going to talk about it so that I understand it and I'm not afraid of it anymore. And hopefully you won't be either. I'm not a dirty word. Okay, so what are we going to look at first?
So what I've done is got my case from my subharmonicon, Moog subharmonicon, taken that out, and then I've chosen to get all different modules here, and they all do different things. So this one's kind of like a sound generator, this one's a filter, this one does loads of different things. And you fill them up to create your own kind of custom synthesizer.
So we've got Braids, that's the oscillator, this one, yeah?
Yes.
And then what's this, Sisters?
3 sisters. I don't know why it says it's just sisters, it's actually called 3 sisters.
They're nice to look at, aren't they? Maths.
Yeah.
And what's this one?
That's a dope for VCA.
Okay.
So
do you kind of, with the signal, do you start left, go right?
With the way that this is designed, sort of, yeah. The way I kind of planned this to teach you what each of these different things does. But on another synthesizer, you might have it going kind of all over the place, you know? That's not really...
That's what it seems like to me, like they're always going all over the place.
That's it. So,
these guys.
Shall we make some sound and kind of show you little things what we can do with
things what we can do.
So the first thing to do, I think, is to just have a listen to an oscillator. So we're going to get this patch cable here, and these are just like sort of standard like mini headphone size. Mono. And I'm going to plug it. I'm using this as just kind of like an output thing at the moment because modular, if we were to plug this straight into the sound card, it was like really loud, wasn't it?
Super loud.
For some reason that I don't understand, modular is just like super loud. If someone can tell me why, I would like to know. It's
because all the people who like modular are super quiet.
Maybe. So maybe you can do this. Plug this from the out to that one there.
From the out of
you
the oscillator.
You should do what Gaz Williams did and kiss the lead for your first Eurorack patch.
So it's going out of the oscillator and then it's going into the. This is like the out.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, hello.
There you go.
There it is.
When I showed someone before, they were like, "It just sounds like it's wrong. Like it sounds like this.
Sounds like
broken."
static. That's just a saw wave, isn't it?
That's a saw wave. Yeah, exactly.
There's a saw. Let's move this little cable out of the way.
So you could change the pitch of it. There.
Oh, hello.
Never go on that. There you go. Now, Braids is really kind of special because there's so many different like algorithms in there. So if you turn this one now.
Which one?
The one that says edit. At the top right.
Hello.
But now, maybe if you stay on that one and then change some of the sort of parameters down here, timbre.
What does this mean on the screen right now?
So that means a triangle wave and then a saw wave and a square wave and then I think probably pulse width. So if you move around there, that'll go around all the different waves.
Okay, so am I starting like triangle going into saw?
Yep.
Going into square.
Mm-hmm.
And then
like pulse
wave.
Whatever
this guy is on the end.
Yep. So it's kind of a thin sound, isn't it? Because if you think about a square wave, imagine that's like a square. You're kind of changing the sort of width of the square. That makes sense.
Changing the width of the square, you guys. That's what we're doing here.
Got it. Keep going through some more
So modulation, what's that going to do?
So that won't do anything here. That's later on when we start getting this guy involved. That's going to sort of tell how much of the modulation we're going to send to that. So don't worry too much about that. Colour.
I like the colour of these knobs. That's good.
Yeah, these are really beautifully designed.
They're pretty.
They've got a nice.
Oh, they're the ones that this little
sticker.
person. I've got that on there. We can't see it at the moment on the back of my laptop.
You got to keep going through some of those.
What am I doing? Colour.
You could do. Oh, yeah. But that'll probably work in tandem with this one.
Hang on, turn one at a time.
How does that make you feel?
Sounds like a little bit sick.
Sick. Yeah.
This is it doing like any cue on it?
I'm not sure. There's so many different.
Sounds like it's doing like
keep
a
on
little
clicking
filter
through some of
sweep or
these
something.
parameters, and you'll kind of hear what.
It is.
Yeah.
So that's just a different collection of.
Yeah.
What's that? Big saw, little saw, big square, little square. Big saw, little saw, big square, little square. Yeah.
Yeah. Just have a little mess about with some of the timbre and
It's
colour.
like Stonehenge, isn't it? It does. When I said the reason it makes me feel sick, you know, when there's like a low hum, like if you're on an airplane or something, it just makes you go like, ah. It's because we're just listening to this noise, I think.
How does it make you feel when you kind of turn the knobs and do things like that?
What you want me to say is it makes me feel like I'm creating life where there was nothing before. That's how you feel when you do it.
That one doesn't do anything yet, remember?
Oh, okay. This one?
Yeah. So
It feels like almost like overtones.
Could be.
No overtones.
So the first couple on here are quite sort of vanilla and plain sort of standard waves, but then you might.
Are we going to get into the hardcore settings?
Well, I'll have a little go now.
Fold?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Wave fold in, I think.
Wave folding?
Yeah.
That's not a thing that I know what it is.
I don't really know what it is either.
That definitely sounds like overtones going on there.
I think there are, yeah. What's happening? So we could keep having a go through a load of these different parameters here. There's hundreds on here, you know. There's lots of different ones. We don't want to listen to just like a sort of standard.
No, I don't want to listen to just a noise anymore. I want to.
We've got that sound now. We know that we can change the pitch with that knob there. What do you want to do to this sound now in order to make it better?
My initial reaction when we've used modular in songs before is that I want it to be in tune to begin with.
Okay,
Can we make sure it's in tune?
What we'd need to do is probably get a tuner up on or just get a guitar and play a note of A, and then we'll tune it. So I've got the chorus tune, which is like the big old master, and then fine is. Happy with that?
Yeah.
So we're going to try now and
Close enough for synth jazz. Can I play it with this yet?
No, because it's not plugged in yet.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get a patch cable and patch from this Arturia keyboard, from the CV, because on the back here there's loads of cool.
So CV, what does CV mean?
Control voltage. So
danger,
this is
danger.
a bit of
Control voltage.
So I'm going to go from the pitch out of here into the volt per octave of this oscillator. Okay. So what that means is volt per octave. This is where it gets a bit sort of technical, right? There's actually electricity going down this wire and out of this wire, different amount of voltages, right? And you're using voltage to control this here. So volt per octave means that if you send 1 volt to it, then it's going to be 1 octave.
Okay.
If you send 2 volts to it, it's going to be 2
So is it kind of like volts transforming into hertz?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
We'll call it that.
Yeah. So in between then, you know, you could divide your octave into 12 different notes and whatever.
If you're an equal temperament kind of guy.
Well, most people are, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
So you would be sending whatever a division of 1 divided by 12?
A 12?
Yeah, but in decimals.
Oh god, I don't know. 0.67?
Okay, so if you were to send...
I don't know.
So that's going to be 1, and then if you go up a semitone, that would be 1.67 or whatever. No.
Okay, well we've picked the random decimal. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, So now, fingers crossed, if we turn this up, we should be able to play this with a keyboard now. There you go.
So it was hanging that note because that was the last one you pushed?
Yeah, probably. So you're sending different voltages down to that. Bit lower?
Can I octave it on here?
Yeah. Again. Again. So that's why maybe we tune this a bit too high, but it's okay for now, isn't it? That's fine.
Uh-huh.
So what do you want to do to the sound now? That we can change the pitch? So what we're going to do then is we're going to learn about envelopes and what this does here.
Envelope or envelope? Don't say envelope.
I don't know. Envelope. It's envelope.
Envelope.
So there's another output on the back of this, which is gate. And what that does is whenever you press a button, a big kind of, it's either on or off.
So it opens the gate when you press the key?
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially.
So we're going to do that as well. Immediately, it's all the cables everywhere.
So if
do you do them in different? Do you use different colours for different things, or do you just do it all like whatever?
Do we use different? No, just whatever. Just whatever. It doesn't matter.
Whatever you fancy.
So because we haven't got an output module on this, which means we're going to bring it down. I'm going to use this little half here to be the output module.
Right.
But this here we're going to use as a kind of a volume control, basically.
Okay.
So when you hit this here now, that's gonna.
Can I put the keyboard?
Yeah, you can put that down.
Gently.
So what I've done here is I've put the gate in here.
Right.
And all I'm going to do now is connect this to the sort of output.
Connect the two halves of that.
So if you press a key on the keyboard now, fingers crossed. Yeah? What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's good. It's a bit farty, isn't it?
Bit farty, so a different sound on an oscillator maybe? So you're enjoying it, isn't it?
It's. I've always been confused by this when it just is there without this.
Okay.
Because I'm a keys player, I feel the need to be able to play the notes.
Yeah, well maybe that's what kind of drew me to it in the first place, is the fact that...
You don't have to play the notes.
Yeah. So like a lot of the things that I do is it kind of makes its own notes and its own sound. So I don't have to really think about what notes I'm playing. Because I can't play the keyboard, I play the guitar, you know? Mm-hmm. And as well as that, maybe it's a bit like...
Could you play a MIDI guitar into a module?
Yeah, you probably could, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Maybe it's a bit like guitar pedals as well, because it's the same kind of concept, you know, you get your...
You just love things that have knobs on.
Probably.
Anything that you can sit and twiddle around with and just make crazy noises with, you're on board.
So what do you think about the sound now? What do you want to do to it?
It feels like it needs...
Okay, so maybe what we want to talk about
it
is...
just is a bit plain, wouldn't it?
Do we want to kind of add a filter to it, do you think?
Maybe. And can we then modulate the filter?
Yes. Okay. So maybe that's the next thing to do then. So what we're going to do is go out of the low pass.
This is when I get confused.
So this is why they're three sisters, right? You've got low, band pass, and high pass. Three little sisters.
Like Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah. So at the moment, we're not going to get a sound. Why not, Maddie?
Because there's nothing going out of the oscillator.
Correct. So you're going to plug it into the low there.
I need another one.
So get a little mini yellow one.
A little one.
Because we only have to go from here to there.
Oh, he's going right in the low one. Okay. Yeah. Get in.
So now, I think if we have it on that one. Have a little go on the filter.
So is this the frequency?
Yeah. So you know a little bit about synthesis and stuff, don't you? How would you describe what a filter filter does. A low pass filter.
A low pass lets you hear the low frequencies, doesn't let you hear the high ones.
Yeah.
I feel like I just passed a test.
Well, yeah. So
or you gradually roll off the top ones rather than just cut them out completely.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Usually.
What do you have a little go on the filter again? Do you have like a compulsion to like do something with your mouth when you do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the other bit of a filter that you normally kind of see?
The other bit of the filter, as opposed to the frequency.
Yeah.
There. Q.
Yeah, or resonance.
Yeah.
So that's what this knob will do. So what that does is
Quality.
The frequency that...
Is that what Q stands for?
Yeah, I guess so.
Huh.
Yeah, so if you boost this up now, keep on playing, I'll do a little bit of twiddling. So we're kind of emphasising one of the frequencies. And it gives it a sort of different tonal quality. And the more that you kind of bump up your resonance, so you get a different... The more I boost it up though, the more it's going to kind of create a crazy noise that kind of plays itself. What do you think the sounds here?
These are quite harsh, yeah.
What about they then?
Sounded a bit like a talkbox then. Talkbox?
Yeah, so that's what the sort of joy of...
You say a word and then you're like, is that what I meant?
That's what the joy of modular is really, is a lot of these filters, because they're kind of analog and the circuitry in there, they get like a really sort of vocal quality. It's just like they're kind of really sing-songy, you know? I
want to know what maths does.
Okay.
I want to know what maths does.
Okay, so maths does, I mean, it's sort of like, it's known as like the Swiss Army knife of modular, because it can do loads of different things. It can do like LFOs, low frequency oscillator.
Yeah.
It can do envelopes. It can do...
envelopes.
What's an LFO?
Low frequency oscillator.
Well, what does it mean?
Bam. It's doing a wave, but the wave is too low for you to hear.
Yeah.
But you can make the wave control someone else.
Yeah. That's correct.
Yeah.
So if I set this now to cycle and you play some notes, these two knobs here are going to change. Go on. See how that's kind of opening and closing the filter? And if you, so
which one's doing that?
These two knobs here.
Are they rise and fall?
Yeah. So if there's just rise, it's just going to be a low fall on the end there, and this is going to change the amount of time it takes to get.
So if it's just rise, is it like a sawtooth?
Yeah.
Wah.
Yeah.
And then if you rise and fall, you get more like a sine kind of.
Yeah, go on. Well, it'll be a triangle, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You could have it going kind of really quick if you wanted to.
I mean, that's a funny sound.
Cool sound, isn't it? We have it on some of these ones here.
I want to be able to hear my note more. Maybe it's to do with this.
Could be. I think it's the speed of this one, to be honest with you.
It sounds like a really old school bad cello sound, but I can't see
Yeah. Well, they would have programmed them this way. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you kind of understand what an LFO is?
Yeah.
And how to apply it? I mean,
how do you tell it what to do how do you tell it what it's applying the LFO to?
Plug it in with the patch cable.
So, because that says frequency there, and then this is, what's all this about over here? Is this just one LFO this side?
Yeah.
And then another one over there?
Yes. So there's 4 channels on mass, but the ones that are kind of the most interesting are 1 and 4. So it's kind of broken into, this is one's channel 1 here, and then this is channel 4. Channel 2 and 3, you can just kind of plug things into here and then turn them up and down voltage wise there, right? But what's good about mass is you can either have the channel to be an LFO like we did then by having it in that cycle mode, or it could be,
what's it doing when it's not in cycle mode?
Being an envelope. But we haven't got anything plugged into it yet, have we? So
how do you know what shape it's doing of your envelope?
So an envelope is just kind of like a one-shot LFO. I'll show you now.
Yeah, but how do you tell it what shape to do?
So when you get the gate, remember the gate is the on-off from the keyboard. I've just unplugged that from this here. I'm going to plug it into the trigger in. So when we do that now, you can see that it's doing something down there, yeah? Right. So now, remember before our note was just like on and off. It didn't have like a sort of soft attack or anything like that, you know?
Decay or anything, yeah.
So what I'm doing now is going to plug the output.
I know what envelopes are, boy.
Into the volume thing here. So when we play a note now, and you'll see that nothing happens, and I don't know why. I know why. It's because of this. There we go.
What was that then?
The volume of like the voltage, basically, the sort of level of it. So now we've got a bit of sort of decay on the note here. Yeah. That's because the fall's there. If you have a bit more.
So is fall decay?
Yeah.
In maths terms.
Yeah, yeah.
And rise is attack.
Yeah. So you can play with those if you want to have a little bit of a.
Need a shorter attack.
Play a little thing.
It seems to not like it if I do it too fast.
I think the reason for that is at the moment it's set to be an attack and release envelope, which means that there's no like sustain involved.
Or decay. Just attack and release.
Just attack and release. So that's just literally like note on and then note off. It doesn't matter how long you hold that for, it's just going to do the same every time. So
if I were trying to hold it down for longer or less long than what it wanted to do, it just wouldn't do it.
Let's see what happens if we plug it into this input here. Hold down a note now. So now we've got a bit of sustain going on, haven't we?
So what's different up there? What input is that?
So instead of it being in trig, it's in the one with an arrow on it. I can't
arrow
remember
mode.
Yeah. So now you've got a bit of sustain going on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do to the sound now?
I want to make it lower. Can't.
I think what we need to do is tune it down here.
I don't think it's in tune anymore, but it sounds cool.
Should we get a bit of LFO going into the filter?
Yes.
Go on then. So if we use this other channel of maths, you're going to come out of the output there, which is number 4.
Is this going to be long enough? Why is this one weird?
Okay, so that's a stackable cable, and what that means is if you wanted to have a copy of something, you can plug 2 into each other like that, and then you have 2.
It's like a splitter.
Yeah, basically.
But I don't want that, I just want
just a normal one.
a normal guy. So I'm coming out of the LFO.
Number 4.
Like this.
You got it?
And then I'm going into the frequency.
You got it? And what do you think it'll work now? Remember the 2 channels of maths and what they...
There's Nothing going into that side of maths.
We don't need that for this, do we? If you wanted to be an LFO, you would need to press cycle.
Oh, okay. I see.
And now we've got a bit of a... Now it's all good.
Big triangle, big square, little square.
What do you think of this sound? What about if we have it on a bit of that?
Feels like more meaty then.
So you know what I think we can do to make it even more meaty is have a bit of pulse width modulation.
What is pulse width? I don't know what that is.
So remember when we were talking earlier about when I was doing that, the square?
Oh, right.
Is that. So you're kind of making the square thinner and fatter.
It's going to change how fat your square is.
Yeah.
How fat is your square?
So now, what I've done is I've got a kind of copy of the LFO, because there's almost like two outputs en masse. There's one that is full volume, which I've gone out of there. When I'm saying volume, I'm talking about
is
the sort of one I've got more control over the voltage level. That's going.
This is kind of like an aux and a main output.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I'm trying to understand it in terms that I get.
So I've plugged this. Remember we were talking earlier about what this knob does?
Yeah.
I plugged it into the timbre, so now the voltage is moving this for us without using our hands. A lot quicker than we will be able to do that anyway.
So these are like the inputs for if you're using an LFO to fanny about with them.
Yeah.
So if I were to put it into that one, it would
change the colour.
With that. How do you know what rate it's doing it? You just feel the vibes.
Over
There's no way of knowing what it's actually doing.
You can see it on there. If you had a different module, you could probably get it to be in time with other things.
Do you ever get ones that have like a display that tells you?
To be in tempo, or you'd be able to see. If there's a question about is there a module that does this, then the answer is definitely yes.
What's this one? Is this the speed of it?
That is to do with logarithmic and exponential. So that's the sort of curve of the. That's the curve of the. So whether it kind of is like that or like that. There's been a lot of talk about exponential growth during the COVID-19 outbreak. You should
lots of curves.
Logarithmic is kind of a quick rise and then it
the opposite of exponential.
Yeah. So logarithmic.
I did maths. Don't patronise me.
So if you want to get really like snappiness there's going to be really
snappiness. So at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. It says log and exp on it.
Yeah.
So. If I did it as log.
They would take a lot longer to reach the.
So that's going.
Yeah.
So that's.
Carry on. What do you want to do to the sound now to make it even better?
I don't know what the word is that I want. It's too
overpowering.
Too rhythmic.
Is it too?
Maybe I need to change it.
Oh, hello.
I can't really hear the pitch so much anymore. I really don't like it when I can't hear the pitch. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
So what you did there is you set these to be like so fast that they're almost kind of like playing this like super fast. It was almost like making its own pitch as well. So that's why you can't hear the note, is because this is
like when you get
becoming its own oscillator sort of thing.
So it makes like a weird kind of extra note going on at the same time.
Yeah. If you were to, what do you feel like you want to do to a sound now? Like what do you?
I feel like all these sounds. Obviously, we've had this sort of set down at this pitch. They're all like pretty sick bass sounds.
Yeah.
Which obviously I find a lot of the time with working in a DAW. I mean, I suppose you can faff around the sounds in there, but I don't know how to do that. a sound that I can make.
Just turn it off. It's a bit sort of throaty in it. What about if we just have... I'm doing it with the LFO now. Would it be nice with like a bit of reverb on there? Would it be nice with...
Verb? You can't do that on here though.
If we had a different module in here, then we could have.
That's for episode 2.
You think? Having a bit of reverb and modulation.
Do you see the look in his eyes when he's like, there's going to be an episode 2?
Well, what do you think there should be an episode 2? People who are watching it.
Do you want to see us playing with the modular again?
How do you feel about modular synthesizers?
I think I can understand it's good, the sort of tactile nature of changing the knobs. I do prefer that to when I'm changing sounds in the computer, when you're just kind of like dragging your mouse up and down. You don't feel the same kind of control over it.
You wouldn't get excited about tapping on a little plug and dragging an LFO into that. Did you feel excited when you were doing it?
Yeah. I understand what's going on more.
Yeah.
Because I understand like the concept, is the science of it.
Do you feel like...
I know what filters are, I know what envelopes are, all that kind of stuff. It's like actually how it all physically plugs into each other, like the voltages and the just all that kind of stuff. Is a bit like, I don't know how you would know where to plug what in, but obviously when you look at it, it's like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, obviously because there's so many different modules and there's so many different things, and how does it all work together? But the more you practice and the more you kind of realise the similarities between all the different things. And now that you kind of understand that you can plug a keyboard into it, I'm guessing you might want to...
And a couple of those random little things I played, maybe I'll have a little look back later and see if I can make them into a song.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Because everything's got to be a song. That's how I operate.
Fine, but I just...
No, it's good. Like, I understand the sort of, like, the hands-on, tactile nature of it is good. It's kind of like... It just takes a lot of modules and a lot of knowledge to achieve the things that you want to achieve.
That's the downside of it, obviously. It's really fun.
Is it a downside, though, or do you love it?
Well, it's a downside for my bank account, isn't it?
Not if you sell the old modules.
Well, that's it, and it is, you know, you could spend a load of money on software, but you can't sell the software, can you? Whereas this here, if all of a sudden I didn't want to have this mass module, I can sell it. And this actually is worth now more money than when I bought it because of the way that I
all the things you buy keep going up in value.
I think that's to do with currency, which I don't understand either.
Weird.
So yeah, should we leave it there then?
Yeah. Thanks, Braids. Thanks, sisters. Thanks, maths. Thanks, Dipsy.
Little play out. Go on, keep on going.
Gonna make that into something.
Keep going.
Put a cool drum beat over it.
See you next time.
Bye.